up, and he's only not really killing out too hard, so definitely not the 10 knot drone, but probably 7 or 8, maybe lighter now. So it's just got really light now. I'm basically just drifting. Oh man, went a bit too far. But that was pretty impressive. It's always a bit of a hole here because the wind changes from southeast to southerly. Get another little squirt coming across the bay. She'll have more of a south direction in it. Literally drifting now. This is super light. Nice big jellyfish. Probably also got a decent amount of debris on my mast, which isn't ideal, especially for light wind foiling. Big technique is make sure you keep that wingtip clear when you're pumping. You want to really use that backhand, keep your front arm out straight. So as we get these gusts, get a little bit of board speed up. I like to get the straps nice and early. This one might not be strong enough, but we'll see how we go. Use that backhand to really pulsate the wind, give me something to pull back against, and lift my front leg up. And I kind of squash my board back down. I'm really using that down motion of the foil more than I'm using the wing. So we just pumped up then, and next to nothing, I haven't even hit the gust yet properly. So that was maybe about 7 knots. Really light now. Just looking at the boats around me, they're hardly moving. I can hear all the weed on my mast sucking air. The key thing is just keep the flow on the Wing-Surfer, that is. Try and fly it relatively high on the mast, foil, reduce the drag. Ever so slightly leaning my board over to windward, which helps use the lift of the wing to pull me upwind, but also creates more pressure in my Wing-Surfer. You can see this yacht up here. Might smash over the top of him, see what happens. I'm not going to try and piss anyone off and go below him. Shadow. Hopefully I don't come off the foil. Just cut in nice and close. Try and glide through the wind shadow. Perfect. As you saw, he just lost total windage in the wing, but managing some good speed on the foil. It would stay up and cruise through it. Really light now. I'll do a couple little pumps to get my parent wind back up. I lost a little bit of speed going through that yacht's dead zone. Once you got your apparent wind up, this 6 metre is just amazing on how well it just keeps pulling. I've just literally sailed into no man's land now. We might end up coming off the foil here, which is alright. Again, when it's this light, just really keeping those wingtips clear. The 6 metre is so big. When those wingtips catch, it causes some havoc. With any luck, I can get a little squeeze of wind here. But again, this is a tiny, tiny gust. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull up on this. Yeah, this is really light. I don't know how well you guys can see the boats, but I I'd say even less than 8 knots. I would have loved to have gotten on his wake. We still might be able to pump onto it if I get a little bit of wind and a bit of a wave at the same time. Checking downwind all the time. It's a busy waterway, so always making sure you got some clear ground below you. Even if I'm sitting on starboard, these yachts are not going to give way to me. I'd love to get up on the foil and come over the top of that yacht that I gave way before, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on the foil early enough. Man, this is really light. Yacht just got some good pressure then. Here it comes now. So once again I'm going to try and get a little bit of hull speed up. Just some small pumping, trying to keep that wingtip clear just before it bared away a little bit. Move my front foot into the strap. Once I get a little bit more pressure, I'm going to move my back foot in the strap and start trying to free the board up. Here you go, just a little bit of pressure there. Not quite enough to keep my forward momentum. Don't need much more than that. Have another little squeeze. Not quite enough. So looking at my GPS then, getting about 8 k's an hour just before I pop onto the foil. Really only needed that gust to go a little bit longer and I would have got up. It's just so light out here. In those words, it's a really good test for this big Wing-Surfer. Now I've only got a 1240 foil on with a 210 rear. So a tiny hydrofoil underneath me. It doesn't produce a ton of lift, but it's quite fast. Here we go now, a little gust coming over my shoulder. Get this yacht, it looks like he's trying to go on top of me, so definitely want to get on the foil if I can here. Feeling so close. Not a white cap to be seen out here. Here comes a little bit of pressure. Got my front foot in the strap right now. Just feeling it out. Alright, this feels like a bit better. Pushing down is the secret, getting that front knee up and pushing down on the foil. That's where you get all that drive from the foil. And once I'm up, again I'm just canting my foil over a little bit to windward. I'm sort of lowering my front arm a little bit, really getting that wing parallel. Sometimes if I get a stronger gust, you'll see I actually put the lower part of the leading edge onto my rail. Well, I'm doing it right now. So when I'm cranking up wind, I'm actually driving the Wing-Surfer into the side of my rail. Here comes a good gust. Be a good 8 knots. Quickly check my GPS. We're doing 26 k's an hour. Feels quite nice. Considering the wind strength. Again, I've got that. Whoop, tripped up then. Pay attention. I've got that wing driving into the rail of my board by lowering my front arm. Really getting that wing upright, maximising my exposed sail area and really utilising that apparent wind. And driving through lines and lines of weed. I had so much weed on my mast, it's crazy. See that catamaran upwind to me is barely moving, and there's what drove straight into a lull. We're going to bear away a little bit because the wind bends here. So the wing is hardly pulling. We're just being nice and efficient, a couple of little pumps, just short cadence. working that front wing. Just got to keep the air flowing over the wing-surfer. Keeping that air flowing is just the key. A little puff just squeezing off the headland here. It's a little bit gusty. I'm sort of between two winds now. I'm just really loose on my grip so I don't strangle it. Here we go. You see how much that wind just bent around? But managed to stay on the foil the whole way through it. A huge amount of weed on my mast. Giant big air bubble trailing behind me. I don't know if it's worth trying to do an air and get some of this off, or don't want to risk putting it onto my rear wing. It's really starting to hit a big stick then. Oh yeah, it's really starting to pull me down. Trying to see if I can wobble it off. Cleared a little bit of it then. But it is still really slowing me down. Quite a good gust now hitting. I'm really leaning back quite hard. Oh, all I can do is hear that weed. I don't really want to jump in to get it off, but we're holding some good height, doing about 23 k's an hour. Board just to slant slightly up to the wood. Tricky thing with this big wing-surfer is when it's especially when it's this light, when you go around for the jibe, you do get a much bigger dead zone. Whoops, like that. When you come around. So I might try and get some of that weed off while we're stopped here. And I'll just change that GoPro angle down a little bit. Going backwards, dragging the foil. See if I can't get some of the weed off. You can see a lot come on. Oh, I'm about to go straight through another big batch of it. Anyway, best thing is just to get back up on the foil, I think. So again, front foot's in the strap, getting a little bit of board speed up, really reaching forward with that front arm. And then as I sheet in, I want to pump that foil down. Oops. Into a big hole. That was annoying. Once again, trying to get a little bit of speed up. Utilise these little puffs. Might have too much weed on my mast to get up, who knows. Try and get some of that weed off again. We really are playing in the lower range of wingsurfing, and as you can see, the water's quite bumpy. It's not like it's super smooth. There's boat weight going everywhere. There's chop. There's debris. Here's a little gust. I'm going to wait a little bit on this one. Get right into, here we go, a little bit of power now. Just giving it a couple of pumps and now it's massaging, lifting my front leg, really pushing down hard, It's that down push on my front leg that makes it, it's a down push that gets the foil accelerating. Boat weight, look, sticks. Look, up stick. Through prop wash, which is good. Surfing down here somewhere, I don't know where it's gone. There it is. Oh man, I'm getting sticks all over the place. 24, 25 k's an hour. Speeding up now, really hitting some big logs. The master's hacking through a well. Just taking a massive jelly there. Just walking this rock like 2 or 3 times an hour is smacking good. Oh, there you go, all that weed here on the mast. Get my hand back on that second handle. Try and keep myself going. I want to change my stance here. I've probably left it a bit long. I'll try and use this guy's boat wake. No, they're coming down. Literally sailed into nothing. And now I'm on his boat wake. That's alright. Take our time. Wow. Well, hopefully all that weed's falling off while I'm drifting here. So some key things, just in case I'm not making sense while I'm pumping things, is really getting that front arm out, straight in front of you. And the back arm is kind of, you're trying to grab air, grab wind. And from that, I'm leaping forward with my body, lifting my front knee up towards my chest. But then the really important part is when that power's on, to push down. I want to push that foil down hard, even if I smack the board back into the water. I'd rather hit the water another time or two and get some good acceleration, because my board speed gets quite quick. Yes, I feel the drag of the board hitting, but the extra speed over the foil is just gold, and that's what's getting me up with speed. I've been liking the second front handle and the very back handle for pumping up, and then I actually moved back to this third handle here once I'm up. The second handle and the third on the front, always with my back hand all the way back. I just find that gives me heaps of power to pump with this big beast of a wing. And when I move my front arm back too far to pump, I find I'm choking the wing, because you still want it to breathe. You don't want to oversheet. For those of you that know how to sail a windsurfer one design, you know oversheeting is your worst enemy. These low-tech, big baggy sails, so to speak, you've got to keep the air flowing. And that's why the speed's important. Get your apparent wind up. Get the hull moving fast. That's my primary objective, is to get the hull moving fast. And if anything, feather the rig a little bit. Even you'll probably notice I sheet in and sheet out continually while I'm getting going. Just making sure I'm not holding too much breeze in and not stalling the flow out, because I want that air traveling. I'm trying to zigzag through this weed here. I'm trying to not stall the airflow out. Really short gust coming here, and I'm sitting in some disturbed water from that boat. Look at how short this gust is. But it looks strong though, so I might have maybe 4 pumps to get up. Just starting to hit now. Put both feet in the strap. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm up. I'm using the foil. Down pump, down pump, down pump. Use my speed to lift it. Back out of that gust. Still good wind, but not quite as windy as that gust was when I started up. Another stick. Just crank up to get his speed. Tug. I'll sit on one of these waves, I think. This one here, I'm about to go into the lull now. And I've just caught that wave, but no wind. Oh, there we go. Let's crank back up wind again. There's some good compression here along the shore. Lowering my front arm just a little bit to get that wing pushing against the rail of my board. Ooh, that weed is pulling me down off the foil. Massively annoying. Oh, big jelly. Oh, I've got to get it too. Oh, really sailing. Oh no, look at this weed. Oh, let's come off the foil. I really like using these front handles when I do my off the foil jibe. It's just really easy to control it and helps guide it. And then I move to my preferred handles. So, oh, look at this weed. Might get some on the mast if we can help it. Oh, this weed is awful. Again, this is my switch stance. Oh, you're right behind this boat when this gust hits. We'll see how we go. I'm on my switch stance on this tack, so I'm generally goofy. I am goofy, and I'm standing natural right now. I guess that wind shadow. I've got this other cut around the right and away. Get up really quickly. Pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. Just like that. Pump up. Pretty much had to pump up onto the foil, then going upwind. Foot out, just switched my feet round then. Oh, and we've run out of wind. That was unlucky. Badly timed. Badly timed. Spend too much time worrying about the weed. But it's definitely harder to get your jibes and your turns down in the light stuff. The bigger wing, as soon as you turn away from the wind, unlike the small little light wings, it's quite heavy, and just then I got a bit of foil roll because of counterbalancing too much with my feet instead of trying to stay neutral and light. It's my fault. Here comes a little gust. So again, front arm forward, lifting up, trying to leap my body weight forward, but then the key thing is pushing back down. Alright, so let's see. This gust isn't really all that strong, but get a bit of board speed first. Oh, I'm dragging a lot of weed. Let's get rid of some of this weed first. Oh, not so easy. Alright, so again, in my straps, 1, 2, 3, 4. Flipping that wing out in front. Straight back into the weed again. Oh, seconds. Just crank up wind for a bit. Don't want to go too far upwind here because it gets really shallow. There's just a little exhaust in here, so we get an excellent Venturi effect coming out of the creek. I'm not sure where the sandbank starts. You'll see pretty quickly if I go over the handlebars. Just hit a big lull then. Bear away, keep the speed up. Let's come around for my jibe. There we go, the wing goes dead on me. Shit it back on. Hopefully re-laminate my current wind. Yep, there we go. So definitely a much bigger dead zone when you come around your jibes on the 6.0. So you just got to be a bit more patient, especially because the wind's so light. Everything takes a little bit longer. But we got round all right. I want to start heading downwind a bit more now. I'll use this gust here to bring me downwind. Obviously when I come off the wind I lose a fair bit of pressure in the wing because I'm now running with the wind. All I can hear is that seaweed just gurgling on my mast. use the gusts to bear away. And then when the pressure gets really light, I can feel the foil starting to get a bit edgy. Oh, another jelly. Round up a little bit, get a bit more pressure on. Before I go for this jibe, I'm going to come up a little bit, get my pressure on, get a bit more hull speed, because I know as I come round, that wing is going to go dead on me, and then relaminate. Perfect. That'll do it. Now we're just going to touch down for a second. I need to come up and get some more pressure. There we go. Come up and get the pressure on, and then I can start coming away again. Again, if you bear away too hard, too early, you're going to lose pressure in the wing-surfer, and you're going to start coming off the foil because your speed's going to drop. So you just manage it by coming upwind a little bit to get some pressure. Try and time your jibes with the gusts so you've got some good pressure to help you go around the gust. I'm looking at this gust now, I'm going to bear away on it. Come down here to pause, and come around. Throw my wing out, change my hands, sheet on it to try and get that flow going again. A couple of little pumps. Oh, I'm diving again. Just hit a fresh batch of weed. Oh, it's jerking all over the place. Definitely want to get above this tugboat. So I'm just pulling upwind a little bit, just cruising. And then there's his mooring, there's his mooring. Definitely do not want to hit that mooring. That's a big ass mooring. And again, I'm playing with such little pressure here. I'm really, the wing, like I'm on Wing-Surfer, is like 2 fingers. As you can see, I'm just playing with it, just feathering it, playing on the edge of the gust. Here comes another little gust here, hook round up to meet it. Just come away with it. It's the same theory you have when you're downwinding. You come up to get your pressure and to meet up with your bumps, and then as you get the speed, you bear away, and as you exceed the speed of the wind, that's when you go into free wing. Oh, look at that weed. So you go into free wing mode, and just think about the apparent wind on the wing as you're shooting along. Looks like someone's grass clippings there. Really want this gust so I can do another jibe. Changing my grip. I like to go palms up for my jibe, particularly on my switch stance. This helps with rotating it. I do want a little bit more speed than this. Might do some board pumps as I go around. Touch it down a little bit then. Oh, that's light. So again, because I'm bearing away, got very, very light pressure in the wing. So really slow down a couple of pumps. Got apparent wind back up. Always just feathering out. You see I'm barely hanging on to the wing again. Just like to have it. Oh, baby weed. Floating. Is I know how efficient and fast it is. When I feel these gusts, I expect to accelerate, but I'm not, because I've got so much drag off the back of the foil. Right up to my mast there, trying to get rid of some of this speed. Oh, no, I've got too much on, I'm going to have to come down. Bugger. That weed just pulled me off the wing. May as well turn while I'm here. Good little gust coming down, get some of this weed off. board over a little bit to windward. Just getting that big foil start pushing me upwind against the top. Oh god, that seaweed. It's the weirdest sensation. You know you're getting more lift going fast, but the seaweed actually pulls you down. You go more back foot and everything gets twitchy. It's a really, really awful feeling. But nothing you can do about it at the moment. There's weed everywhere. Out in the ocean and in the bays. Let's see how we go. So keeping our feet up. I've got a little gust here, so I've got my back foot out. Just keeping my speed on, hopefully. Oh no, I've actually lost a bit. Alright, and I'll just quite efficiently change it over. Keep myself flying if I can. Very, very light wind. And all I can hear is that bloody weed on my mast. Oh, we're going to go around, even if I've got a pump. No. It's a real pain. But I've just stopped in the worst weed pile. There's weed everywhere. That was a very stupid spot to sail to. Change the angle up a bit. This weed off quickly. Oh no, we're going in. No, we're not. Angle again. Probably not quite enough yet. Got to get my front foot in the strap, back foot in the strap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A few more pumps than I'd like, but that was what I've got to get run over by the seaplane. Fast. Just trying to trim without breaching my wing as I come down these swells. I get a little bit of lift every time I hit the back of a swell, hit the back of a chop. You got to be careful. You don't overcompensate because a few seconds later you're going to be going into a trough. So you don't want to breach your wing because you're leaning back with the acceleration. Fun little swells here, we're going to get a bit of a play on them. So bottom turn, top turn, bottom turn, top turn. Beautiful big boat, that one. Stupid going behind it, no wind. Waiting to catch up to the wind, might get a pump. Again, that down pump is where everything happens. Man, it's light. The size of that stick. Ooh. Get forward. waiting for this gust. I probably could pump up now, but I'm going to save my energy a bit. So I don't really necessarily want to get up behind the seaplane. Just coming downwind a little bit more, getting away from him. That wind's going to be really quite turbulent behind him. Change back to my second handle, I like that for pumping. Sheet in, get that wing forward, and lift him, push down, and I'm up. Big stick. That's actually some good pressure. This gust is definitely a good 8 knot. A bit more. Just got my knees bent, relaxing into my hips. Just kind of feeling the foil out. You want to ride high-ish, but you don't want to breach when you're bunching through these chops. So just try and stay nice, keep the shoulders and the wing nice and still, but very high. Keep my wingtip popping out every now and then go through those chops. Big stick there will bear away. Missed that one. Hit that one. Yeah, so it's kind of tricky being up on the foil and smoking around the bay when I'm looking around at these yachts barely going. You know, there's a couple of big guys with big rigs up. You know, a yacht with their number ones on, they're heeling over at 5 knots. Good gust. Shift there. Some really funky stuff going on here. Bear away. Try and line up with the new wind. There's the wind hole between the two. So it goes from being like a real east-southeaster to being like a southerly over here. So I'm kind of in no man's land. And then I've just linked up with the southerly. Oh gosh, it's light. I feel like this might be a mistake. This is stupidly light. I'm like barely even going. It's crazy. Gust. Round up and get some pressure. Oh God, this weed keeps pulling down. Not sure if you can hear it on the GoPro. I mean, you guys can't see it because it's facing the wrong way. But behind me is this huge, big air trail. Weed on my mast. Insane. Let's lean into this. So every now and then, just make sure you're not oversheeting. Breathe it out. Now I'm really sailing into some light air now. Little pumps to get the apparent wing back up. Crazy light. This is all about speed. We're doing 22 k's an hour. And I don't know, not much wind at all. I'm definitely going to come off the foil when I try and switch or turn up here. So I'm going to come right over close to the rocks and try and get some compression. Might pick up some tack. That's how light it was. Nothing. That's a big boat. What's that? That's all right. sailed into a very dead zone. As far as being able to get out in the water, like it's just waiting for these little puffs to come. Get a little puff, hopefully get up on the foil. As soon as you're up on the foil, you kind of don't come off with this 6 metre, like it's got to be really light to come off the foil. Great little gust. Start to feel the pressure building. Again, reaching forwards, front knee up, down, down, down. That's what makes it. About that down push, but obviously before you can go down you got to come up, so lift that front knee up to your chest and then just push it down and wake off the boat, wake up a few boats. Probably sounds and feels windy because I'm doing 25 k's an hour, 25.5. I just checked my GPS then. Pretty incredible, really. Balancing things out. It's a really nice gust. Bigger wing. I guess this is pretty timely to show how to start it. I think I got jellyfish all up in my rash vest. It's really itchy. So bigger wing, you pick it up, it's going to drag you straight downwind. So what you want to do, depending which way you want to tack, grab one of these side wings and really throw it away from you and let it flip over like that. And again, like I like using these quarter ones. Yeah, I definitely caught the jellyfish under my rashy then. Make sure there's no tentacles in there. It's a bit slimy. They're really itchy. They're not fun at all. Good little puff coming. I can't believe I stacked right into it. Maybe I hit a jelly. Maybe that's what made me come off. I don't know. It's going pretty quick. But I can feel it's all down my arms. Oh well. Yeah, here comes a bit of a puff. So I've gotten both my foot straps again. So I'm going to get a bit of board speed. Just feeling it out. It feels good enough. So reach forward. We go 1, 2, 3, and up. Go zone right now. We'll bear away a bit, pump down a few of these bumps. You can kind of play on these bumps. Surf that one over there. There comes the wind again. Oh, weed away from the freaking mast again. Really is a bad feeling. gust here looks like it's starting to just break the surface, so it's a bit of wind against tide. And I'm starting to feel pretty wound now. This is a good gust. I might go for an air. Going for an air, sort of start to get my rhythm going. My little pulses, work out what chop I sort of want to go off, and then just before I go up, I'm going to go down and then up, and with any luck land on back up on the foil. That was an alright little pop. Let's see if we can use this little gust and come round again. Try and get that wind laminated nice and early. Ease it in, don't oversheet. Do not oversheet. Just kind of cruising along on toe side. Good bit of breeze. I'm trying to stay in this gust, I think. I might go for a tack. I'm going to go for a tack. I try and keep the speed up again. Sometimes it's good to bear away a little bit. Key thing is get rid of the wing nice and early. Don't be afraid to do some pumps. So if I get a bit more speed here, what I'll do, put the wing up over my head and I start pumping. Whoa. And with any luck you don't hit a big stick like that. So if I didn't hit that massive stick, I can't even see what I hit, probably would have stayed up. Try that again, eh? So getting up in the foil forwards and so 1, 2, 3, and we're up. Jibe. Oh, that wind's very light. Right, try that tack again, eh? Got a little bit of speed here. There's lots of bumps, lots of waves. Speed feels alright. Alright, it's going to be right. That wind totally went out on me. Without weed on it. When you got weed, you're really running a lot slower. Or when you're hitting big weed patches like that and just dropping, it's really frustrating. What we're going to do is we're going to pump up onto the foil real quickly and go straight into a jibe before I go into that wind shadow. Here we go. As I planned. Good little gust here. Let's try and use this gust if I can not hit something this time and put it all together. So again, get some good speed. Flat a bit of water, start coming up, pull the wing over my head, a little bounces, catch the air back in, we're coming out the new way. So again, the key thing is getting the wing up early, nice and early. Big jelly. Whoa! Oh man. Obviously we want to stay on the foil as much as possible. Just coming downwind, weaving on some fun bumps. Hack around and catch some of these, eh? Turn back upwind, come off the lip. Bit of fun. Just blew the rear wing out then. Lost lamination, but that's alright. Comes back pretty quick. As long as you're fairly used on your feet, when you're really pushing hard against the foil and you blow a tip out of something, you go down and you kind of just hanging there. Seaplane taking off again, watch out we don't get run over by him. Hey guys, I'm probably going to run out of battery soon, so I'll wind it up. Hope you enjoy listening to me talk shit while I foil. It's actually easy, harder than you think, I should say, not easy, harder than you think to talk and try and explain stuff while you're doing it. It does actually take a little bit of concentration away from what you're doing, but it's going to be very long and hopefully some people learn from it. Catch you guys later. You.